Alrighty, and we're connected, so let's give these peoples the go-ahead and get Mono in here for these rounds. Alright, go for it. We hit. What are you guys doing? These like ban list shenanigans. We're starting. Okie dokie. Good to know. Yeah. Are you trying to bribe me, sir? Yeah. I do say go. Anyways, Mono in here. Let's see. I'll read something out. Bodity is leave in Jin to win. Bodity leave in Jin to win 77 is best known for his extremely suspect novel, Woad to the King, where he outlines his authoritarian furry perspective for dueling, one that yielded him the title of greatest Trinity player of all time. But where is Bodity now? How did this rising star of fade into a speck of insignificant, irrelevant dust who doesn't even know Unicorn has a down arrow? In fact, his role as winningest Trinity player has now been usurped by none other than Sino. That's fake news. Let me know when he's won another tournament. Anyways, there's a game going on, so get out of here, Mono. Damn, that's a rough opener for Mr. Pendulum Player Punk over here. Treetop asked me to make the videos the titles of the decks, so now I have to check beforehand. But, like, setting a monster is like big oof. That's a brick sign. And what train? Opening Rhino Warrior plus Gofu. Rhino Warrior gets its effect, I believe, if this card is sent to the graveyard. So he can mill. He might have missed that, thinking that it was only like from deck or field or something, but that might matter. That's pretty rough. He's still got the draw. He's still got a good pop. He's still, well, I guess attacking over the witch isn't really a big plus because it gets the search. But yeah, that's a lot of cards over there. Oof, I forgot Rhino. Hope I learn one day. Yep. Yeah, it's optional, so that's one of those things where it's like, oof, if I'd remembered. With like mandatory effects, there's at least the argument that you have to roll back the game to that point, which you totally could. Yeah, and Punk points that out too. Main one, let's see how he got this. Alright, firing off the Cosmic. That's a good hit. Excuse me. Sorry. These bullies made me wake up at the way too early ripe hour of noon my time. So now I'm really tired and haven't eaten anything. Skullcrabat Joker. That's pretty good. That's like either high or low scale. So we know he has like a complete scale at least. The problem is like 2 cards for scales, 2 cards in hand versus 2 back row. There's sort of a risk that this isn't. There's nothing good to summon in hand, or like that he can't make a good enough play, or ouch, he'll get blown out by Twin Twisters. If this is destroyed by battle or card effect, that's broke. It actually works because the witch is a dark spellcaster. What's he got? Oh, busted. You can, this is like your on-theme DD Crow, basically. You shuffle the witch back, which makes the Black Fang fizzle, and then you can send a fiend, which will be Scarm. Yeah. And then you can search Tour Guide. Really good. Though I suppose he could have also sent the Scarm with the Rhino Warrior had he remembered, but like, all of the Infernoids are fiends as well, which means that you can just, the effect is never not good. You can always just load a dude. Oh, well, he has something still. Looks like it's not a complete scale, but it's a good card. You can destroy it and make the Skullcrobat Joker gain. Yeah. The Phoenix protects the Link Kuriboh from being destroyed by battle because it was co-linked. Co-linked monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. So he used the purple poison to pop the Phoenix and then rammed into the Kuriboh. It probably would have been better to like understand and respect that play as a possibility and take a little less damage for it by just using the Link Kuriboh and letting him pop the purple poison and then redeclare with the 0 attack Skullcrobat Joker, but it might not make a difference because Punk's like really, really low on cards. And what train over here searching that tour guide, which is like a Dante or a Wee Witch or like a lot of good things. Fiendish Rhino Warrior is actually a tour guide target as well. So you can go, it's Earth, so you can't like go into Wee Witch, but you can go into another Link monster and then get the send. Or he could if his weren't in grave. But like the fact that it mills an Infernoid upon going to grave. But he'll go for the classic Sangan. So now we'll see. He could just go for Wee Witch here, but actually it boosts the Skullcrobat Joker as well, so it becomes a big bully. So let's see if he plays Master King, or if he plays, like, another Link 2 with over 1800. Because that was normal summon, so Serb doesn't cut it, and he used his Phoenix. Though maybe he'll just go for Wee Witch anyways. Oh, looks like he decided land for Ring Juice. Landfo Linkus, I guess, except TCGized. I haven't really like looked at this card closely. It's kind of interesting looking. But I guess it leaves another summon up, so that's one engrave. He just searched the Decatron. Yep, there's the Noid summon coming down, presumably. Oh. It was a baby Noid, and then he just used it as Gaia Saber fodder to beat over this. That's interesting. Used an extra card in hand to make sure he could out the Joker. But then again, Punk needs exactly like scale, and then to like he can summon a purple poison, which isn't exactly, it's like not nothing, but it's also not great offensive pressure when you know that last card in hand's a Decatron. Void expansions. It's an interesting include. You like get free Infernoid tokens, and then you can banish the onboard tokens to summon Infernoids, and it protects your little Infernoids from being attacked. The tokens are like the important thing though. They're link fodder as well as being like banish fodder. Expansion. Yeah, and so he can like Decatron into one of the big ones and then like banish the token and the Pyrameus from grave and like hit face if he so desires. Looks like that's what he's doing, because a Tondal here would like very quickly make this game. Does it let you send to grave? No, it banishes. So this, oh no, he's link summoning first. Interesting. Yeah, I guess you could go either way. The Doolittle floats, and this is still like high pressure. We'll see. Punk can theoretically top deck the other half of a scale that he searches with Sangan, and we don't know what this back row is. Maybe it's like a dead pendulum call or something, or whatever that one is. Then again, it could just be a dead, like, the other metal foe combination. Like, looks like this is it. Better. Yeah, there's the Bismugear. And it was a combination. So that's pretty helpful actually, because he can pop it and then search a scale and set presumably normal fusion. Yeah, so it might be maybe making that line that didn't push for game under the assumption that a Pendulum deck like Punks wouldn't be playing super real scary back row like Mirror Force. Maybe that would have been better, but let's see. He's still only got like Bismugear, Fusion, Silvered, and one unknown card. So if it's like another monster, he can fusion summon something, but W Train's still sitting on the Atondal and Grave, and he's sitting on the. Oh wait, never mind. So it looks like it probably is another monster that he's gonna fusion summon. So he normaled the Silvered. Excuse me. To get it into the extra monster zone. Oh, so it was a Arc Pendulum Dragon. So it was mismatched scales anyways, but Mithrilium can bounce the Doolittle Chimera and then crash, can't it? Does this float into... Oh, it would float into Silvered, which is like reasonable. But then again, I think he's still dead to the Atondal. So he has to hope that, if he goes for that line, he has to hope that he draws something good here. He still has a Pendulum summon, but his extra monster zone is full. He can counter the Silvered back to hand, but then he loses the second Metal Phone name for the shuffle. Looks like that's what he's doing. He can scale it. Maybe he drew something big and strong-o to Pendulum Summon. This is sort of like linking away instead of using the like Void Expansion effect to summon something was punished by this line, because as it was, you could have like, it might not have been exact game, like 28 over the monster, then attack directly, then 26, then 500. But you also would have had the DD Crow effect, knowing that your opponent had this bad boy in grave. Let's see what he can turn this into. Also, I'll check on the chat. This message is held for review. Hide. Mono's being a bully right outside the edges of the screen. No one needs to see this. Whoops. Looks like he is going with the Ram Gaia Saber play. That's interesting though. There's not like an attack boost. Oh wait, no. It's fire! There is! Doolittle Chimera. You're so OP. That's pretty funny. That just means that the Atondal's coming in hot though. It doesn't, the Mithrilium doesn't have any float targets because of the Silvered, so he has to like pop the Bismugear with the Silvered and then float into it. Oh my gosh, he Pendulum summoned a tour guide in defense mode. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't think that will be enough though. If either of the two cards are anything. Expano. He can like banish the token and then one thing from grave for the Atondal, and like hit the tour guide, hit and leave Punk at like 200. Alexa, this is so sad. Activate Xpano. But, so yeah, like if this is a normal summon, or basically anything, or if this set is like not a dead Void Feast, it wouldn't even be dead actually, because you can send the face-up Void spell or trap card Void expansion here. So maybe it's just like a back row that he didn't feel the need to use, or it's a 1-for-1. Yeah, this is probably game. That's a Sightsamus too, so he can just like summon Decatron, pop, like send Harmadic, pop, summon a Tondel, and that should be lethal. FK. He can just like send whatever he wants, but oh yeah, it's Antra, I guess. I don't think he had any float targets because it only gets Metal Foe Pendulum monsters from Grave or Extra, which he has none, but it does not matter. This is the game. Void Expansion's like pretty interesting. When it lives for a couple turns, it like matters. Yep, there's the scoop, and on deciding. Can we please get a feast ban? This is so ridiculous. You, an idiot. Ban feast. Man, Mono, you're so brutal. I don't even remember if that's the defeat jingle for Dueling Book or Dueling Network. Both have been very ingrained in my brain over the years. Let's double check that no one's saying anything important in Discord. Looks like nope, and the recording's working. And every time I scroll, it scrolls up through the chat for some reason. Actually, for a very obvious reason, because I'm scrolling, but anyways, that's not particularly relevant. Let's see if you'll finish upsiding and save me from, yes, I'm saved from having to blather. Now I just blather about card games. I have some aim at least. That was the game you were supposed to win. Oh no. That was rough though. Punk like really brick opened. Yeah, that's my secret. I always lose. Rip. Let's see if he has something better to say. I can't win versus players with long-term memory. Also true. Yeah, actually, I haven't mentioned it yet, but these two are our two undefeated players this month. And it looks like Punk opened a little better here. This is going to be a Pendulum summon, presumably. You can just normal summon this. It doesn't have a relevant effect. It's one of the fusion summoner ones. And then, damn it, I was looking at the golem and didn't see which one he set. Looks like I was wrong. There is no pendulum summon. Just set a bajillion, including one of the metal foe traps. Wolf. That's a good thing to open. Decatron, there's the level 1. Yep, it's like a night beam that shuffles. You can target a set card on the field, shuffle it into the deck. It can't be activated in response. So that's why Punk has to think here. Also, it's helpful to leave the Decatron at level 2. It gains levels equal to what it sends, and that means he can still summon a big boy and like not break the level 8 level lock. Because Infernoids actually have restrictions. You can't summon more of them if you have more than 8 total level 8s. Wow, look at this man. He's blowing up his own shit. Yeah, I guess it was a combo, but understandable when you see when you activate your own mystical space typhoon to search that stuff. Comb. Okay. Now look, you can still snipe this. That's like fine. Punk's like minus bajillion still. Went first, so what train was already plus. Popping the golem was, oh look, so he already had the counter set. Not bad. Poor Decatron. That's okay. You can banish the combo if you don't attack over the Bismugear, because all of the little ones, they have the DD Crow effect, but it's only during the opponent's turn, which means that if he attacks over this and then waits until Punk's turn, then he can chain the counter in response, because it won't be the same turn it was sent to the grave, and then add the Bismugear back. So yeah, I think that's probably the line. Like, you know that he'll just pop his Bismugear anyways. Oh, looks like he's not going for it. Yeah, that's like a little scary to leave it up, because you don't know what your opponent can do with that. It's like he'll obviously like, it's a very obvious line to try and pop it and get like the same thing going, but you never know. Maybe he'll like be able to link fodder it and then pendulum summon or something. Are you going to add? This adds in the end phase. You can add one Metal Foes monster during the end phase. It's in the end phase, but it activates now. Oops, sorry. First time playing this. That's okay. No one understands pendulums. They're big and dumb. True statement. Don't miss your Scarm search. Looks like you remembered. That's good. Getting that to guy. Oh, what's he got? Wild. We'll see though. Maybe he'll get blown out by leaving the combo up, or the counter up, because that means Punk has like 3 metal foam monsters accessible right now, which is like a fusion plus. So let's see if this is another like blowout Twin Twisters or something, or heavy Storm Duster. Those would be helpful, or even just like sided cards that he brought in. Though there's not too much more good quick effect spell and trap removal. I guess Typhoon, but you could theoretically keep that in hand. I'm ready for people to start playing Dust Tornado. It's actually good though. It's just like pretty far down. Oh my goodness, there it is, the sided spell and trap bait. Spell Shattering Arrow. Burn, baby. Yeah, but see, now he's getting this banishes for cost, so he can't use the Decatron banish effect on it. He would have needed to like make sure that there weren't any metal foes in the extra deck. It's extra deck only, right? Yeah. Yep, he's still got all the foes, so. Pendulum Shokan. Scales the Revengeance. 1 and 8, so he can get anything if he wants. But he's just getting a big dude. I suppose, like, instead of just having the Decatron be attacked over, or he'll just lose because the Decatron gets attacked over. Savagery. He can't even use the banish effect. Like either banish effect, he just gets like bopped. Mad. True statement. Ripnoids. That's rough though. They both open like really effective sideboard cards against the other, but Punk opened two, DD Crow and Kaiku, and Watrain only opened one, apparently. Floodgate. Yup. It's a weenie though. If you had searched your tour guide, you could have just beat over it with an XYZ, but he also had the out for that. Wait, do you mean the Crow or the Kaiku? You memer, stop. How is Crow a floodgate? It's a running joke. It's not actually. Please don't think DD Crow is a floodgate. Let's check the chat again. Please stop floodgating, Pun. You don't even know. Actually, you do. You're watching and listening to me. You'll find out shortly. Normal summon math. That's rough, though. It's like, math is good, but it's not big, and anything that it sends is like just subject to Kaiku attacks. Oh, that's good. Pew pew! Breaking scales. This is like one of the intricacies of playing versus Pendulums, is you have to predict what they've got in their deck for high and low scales. Because, like, if he top decks a low scale, he's golden. And if he top decks a high scale, he's still bricked. And you've seen, like, 1 8, 2 8s, and then 1, 2, 3 1s. So, something to keep in mind. But I actually just want to, you would like pop the low scale anyways, because Bismugear gets the search. But, like, hey, if one of these is like a mirror force or something and Punk drew a brick, like, this game's not over. Bismu target Wolf. Well, that's probably a sign that this is a low scale, because he wants to clear the extra monster zone. May as well take the free plus that he's got. There's the fusion. Yep. I guess that's a medium scale. It still pens the Volflame though, so it's like, may as well take the plus that you got. No need to use even fusion, just may as well get it out of the deck. Rawr. He gets the float effect though. The Kaiku triggers on inflicting battle damage, which is before the math goes to grave. Yeah, so you don't get to banish the math. Exactly. Because, nope. Let's hop into rulings and be like, no. Ruling questions. At Punk, you don't get to banish math. And back to the game. Judge! Nah, let's not. It feels wrong. Exactly. Kaiku triggers on dealing damage, which is before the monster destroyed goes to grave. This has a good effect. And it's like a weird Bismugear, kind of. It pops itself, but then it still gets a search. So, this is like pretty good. It's not like close out the game any faster, but it's like engine running smoothly, good luck coming back. Because he can search his choice of low scale. That's like good. So we'll have to see. It's like rough. Infernoids, he's got nothing in grave. And so like if any of these are in, and he has any of them in hand, he's like weighed down by these heavy bricks. Kaiku is so stupid. That's fairly true. Big scoop. It's interesting though. Everyone like goes on about how Feast is the problem card, but yeah, we haven't seen Feast yet, and this has been a close and interesting match. Looks like Punk's already got his siding plan confirmed. As a judge, he confirms this at not a judge. Wait, does he still have that role? No, they took it away. How boring. Alright, I'm gonna make fun of him anyways. You're welcome, fool. Looks like he opened with Gofu again, which is pretty good. Served well game one, but that was going second, so we'll see. He'll probably go the Wee Witch Link Karibo line, and Wee Witch adds back Gofu. So strong-o. Yeah. It's just like really good because it's a body on board that floats and is defensively like worthwhile and doesn't take your normal summons. You can set presumably Sangen or Skarm. I would think Skarm, because if it were Sangen, he would have linked with it. He didn't go to Link Karibo, though. I guess he didn't feel the need. Mono's being a butt. You can sort of see the Discord notifications. You can probably hear them, which I'm like, I'll apologize for that probably, because I should have adjusted settings so that didn't happen, though it doesn't usually happen. This is a pretty good opener. Darkworm has like multiple useful effects in different decks, which is part of why it's so interesting. But you can like Volflame pop, and then yeah, it's like it can activate a scale from deck when when it's in scale alone, but also you can search for oh my gosh, what is this thing? Yeah, you can search for a Supreme Gate monster when it's normal or special. Oh, that's sad though. He looks like he drew the Gate 0, so if he's playing Gate Infinity, we'll find out shortly. Otherwise, that's like not nearly as good. But hey, I mean, it's something. Full Flame, loading your extra deck to make the Pend as a plus helps make up for the minus of scales. Then you can link maybe into his own Wee Witch and like ram. Trigger Witch. Now these both are like massive, boosting each other. I think ramming the Witch is probably the better play than swinging over the unknown set monster, because presumably this is a Skarm, because that's what we know he sets, and like wouldn't be able to link with. Wait, you didn't add. What did you add? Didn't see. That's okay. I miss it all the time when I'm like supposed to be commentating. Skullcrabat Joker, because that 100 defense is well within Witch's range. And then both of them will get the ad for Gofu, which is like good but also dead because he left the set monster and the token up, which is important. And then the Witch, which is really good. If I recall correctly, he went like scale, pop, pendulum. Yeah. He still had his normal summon, so he can just set the Witch again and get it searched next turn, which is a scary prospect. Getting 2 Witch of the Black Forest searches means that your opponent is definitely not bricking. But actually, Pyrameus, the level 1/1, can target set cards, not just set spell and trap. So he can shuffle the Witch here if he is so inclined. He might just go for the counter, though. Anything after send? Yeah, you gotta ask because it can't be responded to. Yep, he's going after the Witch here. Presumably the Witch. That would be a big brain move if it weren't, but like, I don't really see what else it could be other than Sangin or something, one of the other generic floater searcher dudes. If this is a Skarm, at this point, like, I might even suggest flip summoning it to, like, send it to grave through its own effect and then get that search. Don't want to create irreparable board states. True. What a responsible player. Let's see what else he's got, though. That was just like one summon. And Decatron's, like, broke. Stop pinging me. I'm streaming. And I know that you're just going to bully me on stream. Which set is counter? It is this one, I believe. Yep. Looks like he's linking a dark and a fire, so maybe Nightmare Phoenix, and he's just going to fire it off at the counter. Or maybe he's going to, like, pointedly not fire it off at the counter. It still triggers, though, I think. Yeah, so he is just going to fire it off at the counter, which is a little sad, because the counter gets the, like, relevant graveyard effect, but this Piatti was not going to do anything in hand. However, it could do something now. That's only 2 summons, and he's not at a level lock, so you can send one random card from your hand to the opponent's graveyard. Oh, this card's hilarious. And it's still the quick effect DD Crow. Oh my gosh, he's just going for damage. I don't know how I feel about this. I think summoning from grave would have been better. Like summoning the grave one and attacking his potential Skullcrabat follow-up. Because that's like 600 more damage. And like both can target the counter, but... Oh, yep, so it was a Skarm, exactly. Though he obviously is just attacking the counter here instead of flipping it up for like no value. I don't know though, we'll see. We know it's like attacking Punk's hand there might have been better because it was still a 2-turn clock. And both have the exact same stuff. The like ones that are over level 4 can be summoned from hand or grave, and their and their once per turn banish effects is during either player's turn, not the opponent's turn. There's a lot of nuance to this archetype. You have to read. Saying that in that tone of voice will definitely make Mono stop bothering me. I know reading is his bane. He just Ash a Skarm. Nice. That's kind of, I don't know though. It's like nice, but what's he gonna do now? He's got a Skullcrabat Joker and 1 unknown card and 1 unknown back row. And he doesn't have the counter anymore. So he needs like a frightening... He needs a frightening, like, big penned combo play to actually, like, break back through this in a way that isn't going to get him killed. That's one point where the 600 attack is relevant, is now that Punk is trying to break the board in response. Like, having a monster that's over that 2500 mark is really important. We'll see, though. On the other hand, pitching either Ash to make sure your tour guide search went through, or the Skullcrabat Joker, so Punk had, like, literally top decks for his follow-up, could be, like, super relevant. Unless I'm misreading this. Yeah, it's just... Oh, no. That's probably why. It has to be attacking an opponent's monster. See? See? Reading is good. Some of... actually, I think all of them are like that. Come to think of it. Yeah. Even, like, all the level 5, 6, 7, 8 ones have to attack a monster or something. Or wait, no, Sightsemus isn't. Gosh, these are just, like, super inconsistent and dumb. But yeah, I glanced over it and I knew what it did, but saw when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, and then missed this part. There's the Joker. Yeah, so then I guess the only like real benefit to summoning the Piatti over the Atondal here is keeping a card in hand makes your opponent think you have more fuel than you actually do. But like that, there's only like mind game stuff. There's only like mind gamey reasons to do that. There's the combo. It probably won't be relevant because it can't be activated this turn unless Punk's doing some like juicy shenanigans where he MSTs it himself again. See what he plays for outs to this. I guess even just Pendulum summoning a 4 and making Castel is like something. A Black Fang. Dark Spellcaster. Oh my gosh, he can do it. This is so sad. You can have the Atondal. Yeah, you want to chain this effect and banish the Witch. Otherwise it floats. One Dark Spellcaster type monster, and it had been oh, that's interesting. I would have... The Phoenix is slightly bigger. Oh wait, I guess it's an arrow. It's the up arrow would point at his opponent's board. But like now the Atondal is at risk of getting Castelled, and like then you're missing one more name. So we'll see. That might end up mattering. But dang. He like obviously searched with the Joker to make sure that he had the good scales, but he also ripped an equally good scale monster from the top. So big pend of 1 probably. Rest in peace to Electromite though. That would be like so infinitely busted. Mono over here. Show my meme on stream. No. And 1. And then Dark Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. Dark Pendulum monsters. Target one other monster on the field or in the grave. He did it just for the attack boost, I guess? Sure. I don't know why he would, well, he could have copied the Piatti and made him discard a card from hand, because this is actually attacking over a monster. Reading helps. Yeah, so this is at 32, and that is at 14. But it ended up not mattering now that this is engraved. I'm not sure about that one. It's like, I understand you want to keep your good guys in the extra deck, but now if one of his in-hand cards is an Infernoid, he can summon the Atondal. Or, like, something else. Can King target either player's grave? One other monster on the field or in the graveyard? Yes, I believe so. Like, I don't understand why it wouldn't, because the graveyard, not your graveyard. And, like, the construction of this sentence is, like, one other monster on the field, not on your side of the field, implies that it's just, like, anywhere. Nutter butter! That's so good. Let's see what he's got. If he doesn't have the Deviati or the Anunku. Oh, there's the Mystical Space Typhoon. I figured that was probably the case. Maybe he needed to have tried to bait it or something. But I don't know what the rest of his hand is. Oh, well, there's the Gofu. Yeah, you like couldn't Gofu beforehand. Because then you would have the extra deck monster, which is, and you do not. The restriction is your opponent has to have one from the extra monster and you don't. I suppose theoretically you could like, ooh, is this going to be game? I think this can be game. He's on one summon still. And this is just a combo. And this is only when a dark spellcaster type monster battles. If yours, which... Okay. So Gaia Saber. That's so close to game. Does he play Link Spider? Oh my gosh, if he does though. Oh, wow, what a rip. That's so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. For a hot sec, I thought you ran Link Spider. Yo. Totally. Putting him low. I think this is like... Punk has all the plays in the world to make, though. He can just flip the combo, pop it with Volflame, search the fusion, search a metal foe, pend one from extra, one from hand, fuse, bounce the Gaia Saber. He might have to pend the metal foe from hand. Or like not pend the metal foe from hand just to put it in grave to get the bounce, but like what train will be left at 0 cards? That's interesting. I wonder if it might have been good to like literally just blind. Oh wait, his Phoenix was gone. Well, it might have still been good to like literally just attack the unknown back row and leave your imagination in hand just because resolving imagination is like game winning. Like he's just straight up can't lose. You send like your entire deck's worth of Infernoids to grave and summon a massive dude who then pops cards with Elder Entity Ntis. Looks like he's thinking. He has like a bajillion lines. I just threw one out there. And I don't know his last card in hand. He might even be trying to go for game. Let's check on the chat again. You may not like this, but this is peak Trinity. In a sense. Yeah, this is pretty rough. He only has the 2 names engraved, so like he can't even top deck a Nunku to make a game. It looks like he is going for the line that I threw out there. He has to fuse with the metal foe he searched from hand just to make Mithrilium, I believe. I don't remember its like attack point requirements or something, but yeah. And this puts 2 engrave and he can get the fusion draw. Theoretically, he could have kept the gold driver in hand and just put the fusion back with the Mithrilium to bounce the Gaia Saber. But this way he can cycle the gold driver for another random card in his deck, and at this point, I think that's probably worth it, because having that gold driver isn't going to increase his clock. Like, he's not, having it in hand isn't going to make him kill what train any faster, but having, like, a Ghost Ogre for the, like, normal summon Decatron, or, like, whatever rip he could have, or, like, trying to draw to Disruption is better, because his lose con is randomly getting poked for 400, not like getting outgrinded. So you don't care if you're like getting rid of your own extenders when you can't kill him this turn, because that piece of disruption might be the one that saves you. You know, just reduce the damage taken there. So I would say his big rip here would be Void Imagination, but he already lost that to an MST, so ouch. Looks like this just... Excuse me. It's a good thing to check, because Punk gets priority to Pendulum Summon, and if he's afraid of like Spell Shattering Arrow here, which is the number one out. Actually, yeah, I guess he just dies to the burn if it's a Spell Shattering Arrow. So if he's afraid of Spell Shattering Arrow, he just scoops. But if he's afraid of Heavy Storm Duster, he wants to Pendulum Summon from hand before his scales get popped. Otherwise, he might not be able to establish a lethal this turn, or a 2-turn clock even. Yeah, because as is, hitting face with the Mithrilium, that'll only kill him over 3 turns. I guess he's trying to play around Torrential, though. Oh, Needlebug Knife. This is scary. Oh, there's the Spell Shattering. Hey, there's the Shaddoll Dragon. No Noids, though. But I guess that can't be bad, even though it's not particularly great. I wonder if he plays any other random incidental burn. This is like still... It's like Punk's completely in the driver's seat, but he's low enough that he should be sweating bullets. Looking at that graveyard. If he... It's like, it would be so sad if this card was the Inunku that he didn't mill. Even though he wouldn't be able to summon it, he could have summoned the Atondal. Oh. Hey. Fiendish Rhino Warrior. See what he's got. Random Barbar. I wouldn't even do it. He needs another BA. Sujet. I guess the shittiest one to draw, because he has to summon something. Actually, I don't know. I think this is over. It's like Punk has to like actually have nothing. But if this is a Witch of the Black Forest, which it presumably is based on the fact that he just said it, then he can pop Perp and destroy the Atondal. Might be Sangan, though. And maybe these are 3 bricks. Oh, no, it's just a silvered. I guess he was scared of, like, the Atondal summon double attack for game. Which is, yeah, that's, like, a good thing to be scared of. But, what's going on here? Linking into Unicorn? Unicorn's only 22. I think at least. Maybe it is 23 for perfect game. But setting the Rhino Warrior, I'm not sure if it would have been much better. It's like, whoops. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, he doesn't play Unicorn. Oh, shit. Maybe he's a big... Maybe he just threw. Maybe he's a big oofer. Yeah, so he normal summoned a Ghost Ogre in attack position. So he's on 2 summons. What's he got? That's pretty rough, though. I guess even if the Unicorn was 20 true, Mithrilium's effect doesn't miss timing. That was the configuration. So I guess his like... Oh, God. Whoops, don't have that link. Oh, man. If this is like the game loser, that would be so sad. Oh, excuse me. Now he's thinking super hard. Because even just like going Gaia Saber and triggering the Mithrilium effect is like, doesn't actually forward his game plan. But considering that he just Ghost Ogred, normal summon, he probably, it's like he has to get the Ghost Ogre off board or else he loses, so. Yeah, the Mithrilium doesn't have the targets to force to like bounce the Etondel. Looks like maybe Serb. Yeah, so you could Serb here and then underclock. Wow. I mean it checks out. Missed the effect, but should be lethal, right? Or maybe it's not quite. This goes to 1100, so 600. Oh my gosh. No! If he loses to this, that would be so sad. This is if this card is sent from the field to the grave, you can summon one from grave or extra, and he had that big old Volflame. Left at 200 draws. Oh my gosh. He only has one Noid name left, though. So if this is like a Noid... Oh no. Is it Patty? Oh, it's Petrulia! No! This is so sad. What a heartbreaker. Oh my god! What? Oh my god. That's terrible. What a rip. I would have won that last one had I checked my extra deck. Yeah, probably. And had you remembered the Mithrilium float? That was like a tilter. Oh my gosh, did he just realize? Oh no, no! I can't watch. I could have used the other EMZ. Why didn't you use Myth? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that would have changed anything. I was thinking the zone was blocked. Oh. Yeah, but it has a down arrow. That's the point. You could have just Wolf-Flamed. Oof. Oh, well. That's like, good not to be Tilteronied. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining me. That was wow. Talk about an intense match going right down to the wire. Pretty sad for Punk, but congrats to What Train. See y'all laters. Bye.